Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it right now in the comment section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, full disclosure, I probably will finish within an hour today just because my eye is really irritated. Contacts fell out basically in the middle of the day. So it's a thing. But the show must go on, so let's get going. Alright, so let's get started with the news topics right now. And the first big news topic is, of course, the Galaxy S10 cameras, or codename Beyond. So the biggest thing about these cameras is that yes, it's going to be a triple camera on the back of the smartphone. We do know that Samsung's already making other triple camera smartphones currently right now. And with this one, it's really interesting. So this is what we expect. So the main camera is pretty much going to be the same. It's still going to be a 12 megapixel camera with the sensor size being the same and f1.5 to f2.4. So that pretty much stays identical, which is kind of crappy, to be honest. I did want some upgrade in quality, you know. Maybe if we could finally get to 1.4, I could have it like my camera that's filming me right now. And then we have a 16 megapixel wide angle camera with an f1.9, which is really good for a wide angle. I would want to see f1.8 or 1.7, but again, I just want better apertures in all my cameras. And a wide sensor of 123, so that's really good. Now, the weird thing is that it doesn't have autofocus and it doesn't have optical stabilization. I don't know why Samsung would admit that. I get it. The wider you are, the less you're worried about any kind of shakiness because it's not as impactful compared to when you zoom in. But still, I prefer having a focus and a zoom. Even if I am taking a scenic shot, I still want just that ability to do it. And then finally, we have a 13 megapixel camera, which is a telephoto with an f2.4. Samsung, I wish you would put at least an f2.2 on this. 2.4 seems way too not good, especially for low light photography. So that just really has me worried. Yes, I know it's kind of a standard, but I really want better quality telephoto and wide angle, and I feel like they always get the short end of the stick. And if you're gonna have lesser cameras, then why have them, is my kind of thought process. But let me know what you guys think. Would this be good for you? And by the way, my big thing is this needs to be 3x zoom telephoto. I'm tired of 2x. It needs to be more. So hopefully we'll get at least a 3x zoom. Alright, then in other news, Google did send out an email over this past week if you'd gotten a previous Pixel phone, letting you know that the Pixel is going to be coming out, the next Pixel. And the big thing is right here, and that is that you actually have the ability to get the phones immediately after the event. So pre-orders are going to start immediately after the event. The event starts at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on October 9th. So we will be watching it live and I will be ordering it immediately. Alright, and then Asus is joining in on the smartphone launches in October, which my wallet can no longer handle. And that is going to be that they are making their announcement on the 18th for their RoG phone. I love the design of this phone. I really want to test it out. Hopefully we do get it in studio, although unfortunately I will tell you, Asus has not gotten back to us in the previous past, so we will try to reach out to them again, their PR contact. But if always, like I always say, guys, with Asus, you know, if it's a PR company that we haven't gotten to back in a little while, then at them at Twitter, at them on Instagram, at them wherever, you know, take a screenshot of this and at them and basically say, Asus, please send the YouTube Tech Guy the phone, and then we can review it. So that would be great. All right. Then we get to LG, and LG announced their new smartwatch, which we were expecting from them. However, it doesn't have everything I really wanted, and that is that it doesn't have the new processor that's supposed to make battery life amazing. It still has the old processor, the Qualcomm 2100 instead of the 3100 processor, which means that we're only getting about 2-day battery life, which is not where I want to go. However, they are apparently going to have actually mechanical hands for your watch faces. I guess that means you can't really use a digital face though. But the whole idea behind it is that if you want just a watch, it can last up to 100 days. But you more than likely want a smartwatch. Why? I don't get that. I don't get this new craze about like, oh, you can have a watch only and, you know, make it last a really long time. Yeah, but you have a smartwatch for a reason. I mean, you can get other watches, but you have a smartwatch for a reason. So I don't know. Do you guys find this new feature that is starting to come in, like watches like this? Huawei's rumored to have a similar feature to this. Are you guys excited about having a watch only mode? I just don't see the point, to be honest, because like I rather have a power saving mode, kind of how like Samsung has on their watches. I'm more ideal with that, so you still get some notifications, you still get certain smart things like your step tracking is still counted, things like that. I at least want a toned down watch mode, not a only watch mode, if that makes sense. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. And then the long promise, Lenovo Z5 Pro without a notch is apparently actually coming. What is it going to actually look like? Basically, Lenovo's, I think it was the CEO, or which one was it? Teased that yes, this is coming later this year, but and he kind of showed it off really quickly. But we'll see. It's you know, we'll see how it goes. It's supposed to debut on October 11th, but overall, I just don't know. I've been lied to once before. If you remember, Lenovo showed us this really cool smartphone without a notch and said it was coming, and then the Z5 had a notch. Now, this could have been the one that they took a photo of before, but it obviously wasn't ready back then. We'll see if it's ready now. But I never forget, like earlier this year, I was so gung-ho for that. I was like, man, it's gonna be great, no notch. Lenovo found a way, and they didn't. So we'll see. All right, Google is set to pay Apple $9 billion to continue use as the default search engine. I think this is pretty interesting overall, just because, man, like I would. Here's my thing. Does Google need to pay Apple, in your opinion? I really want to know, because here's my thing. Okay, who else is Apple gonna use? Is Apple gonna use Bing? They tried that with Siri once. Didn't really work out that well. So it's like, I don't know. I really find it like, yes, they could use Bing or Yahoo or whatever, but who's really losing there, I guess, is my thing. I don't know. I really don't see that Google needs to pay them, just because if they would switch, people would just be upset. It's like when Apple took YouTube off. It's like when Apple took Google Maps off the smartphones, everyone was just pissed off. So I really don't know how it will go, but let me know what you guys think. I don't think Google needs to pay them, because if Apple did it, I think people would just be upset again. All right, speaking of Apple, apparently the ITC has ruled in favor of Qualcomm for one of the patent lawsuits going on between the two. However, they did tell Qualcomm, obviously, they are not going to block iPhone imports currently to the US, but it looks like Apple will at least probably pay a fine to Qualcomm. And this is an ongoing battle that's going to keep going. I mean, it's in the roughly of royalties are going to be ranging in $2.5 to $4.5 billion involved in this. And it's really silly, especially because as the latest, you know, hardware checks show us that Apple's modems that are Intel's instead of Qualcomm's, because of all these issues, are just not as good as any other smartphone out there. Every other smartphone currently right now that has the same bands that Apple has is getting faster internet speed simply because they're using Qualcomm instead of that. So that's my thing. It's kind of like, really, I feel like that they should be careful with that, because you're really messing up the quality of your smartphone overall, just because you don't want to pay Qualcomm more money. All right, and the last two things, DeX looks like it's going wireless. I'm gonna have to review DeX, because I know a lot of people have been asking me about it on both on the tablet and on the Galaxy Note 9, but it really, I don't like DeX. I don't like DeX. I feel like it needs so much work still. I want it to feel like a PC, and really, to feel like a PC, everything needs to snap into place. Or I forget what they call it on iOS, but basically, like, I can move something over to the left on my Windows computer and it snaps into place that, oh, you want it to take half the screen. I can snap it to the top and, oh, we fill out the top and bottom. I need that for DeX, and the fact that it still doesn't have that, it leaves me wanting, and it really, I don't know, I don't care for it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a full review on it and go over the pros and cons, but right now I just do not like it overall. Alright, in news that gets me excited, I was really excited when I heard about this article, and mainly because I love the idea of this. So right now it looks like Samsung is promising, especially in 2019, more so probably than 2018, that more mid-rangers are going to be getting wireless charging. And not only regular wireless charging, but fast wireless charging. This is something actually I've been looking into lately, just because my little girl has a Moto G5 Plus, and she doesn't really use it for anything but emergencies, but I really wish it had wireless charging, because she forgets to charge it, or I see her not plug it in right sometimes, and it would just be so much easier if it was just wireless charging. And there is no really great, cheap, but still good quality wireless charging smartphone in the 300 and under price range. You basically have to get a used S10 to get a good wireless charging smartphone, and I just wish there was something else out there that had the ability to be a really good smartphone that also has wireless charging. And again, I mean, I'm not willing to go over 300, just because, yeah, it's not necessary for that, for her and her needs, but it's emergency phone. It's like, I just want it to have wireless charging. That is a feature I would love to have, but not yet available. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm really kind of curious to see if there is a smartphone that will have it, but that is one thing I would love to see. $300 and under, fast wireless charging smartphone. I would love that. Let's see if it will happen maybe early next year, maybe. Alright guys, so now let's get to your comments. If you have any questions you want to ask, just ask them in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Let's get started and see what you guys are saying. Hey, I see a lot of Android YouTubers leaving Android and going to Crapple. What do you think about that? Apple almost got me this time, but I choose the Note 9 and then the Galaxy Watch. I would say the main reason why you might see Android YouTubers going to the iPhone is actually just, again, more like because their ecosystem. Most YouTubers do edit on MacBooks or iMacs or MacBook Pros or something along those lines because they use Final Cut. And that's the reason why they would probably go to Apple, but I haven't seen that actually as much. I've actually seen a little bit of the opposite. Most YouTubers, I feel like, are going towards Android via the Pixel or the Note right now that I know of. But yeah, obviously it changes depending on the time of year, right? So we'll have to see how it keeps going, but yeah, that's what I can say I've noticed over the past couple of weeks and even months. I think that the software on the Note 9 camera is problematic. After the software update, there is another problem, such as serious flare effect, yellowest picture, and taking pictures during the night. That is really interesting. I have not gotten the software update, and I was afraid of that I didn't have it because of that I was like, oh man, I wish I would have the software update on the camera, because right now I'm doing a camera comparison between the iPhone XS Plus or iPhone XS Max, the Note 9, the Pixel 2 XL, and the OnePlus 6. And I wanted to have the software update because I feel like, oh, well, then it's missing that update. But I figure when I get the Pixel 3 XL and when I get the OnePlus 6T, that update will be there, so not too big of a loss. I feel like you're going to see the differences later. But it's interesting that you're having those problems with it, because that worries me about the update. Maybe that's why the update hasn't gone too much yet to too many different countries, I guess you could say. It's very not widespread yet. Anybody's always on display flicker for a moment, then stops on the Note 9. It doesn't flicker, but it should move. The whole idea behind always on display is that it moves. So if it's, let's see here, then it's going to move up or move down. It will move, jump up and down all the different places when it happens. So yes. Let's see. I really wanted the Poco F1, but no bands are in my area. I think I'm done with Samsung. Definitely not going to Apple ever. Well, you have the LG V40 that was announced today. You have the, what else? You have the Pixel XL3 coming out with the king of the notches. Let's see, what else? You have the OnePlus 6T, you have the RoG phone. I mean, there's a lot of phones coming out. So you'll have a good variety. I have to say I disagree with the Note 9 analysis. The phone is my first phone that has everything. The price is crazy, but you know what you're paying for, and that isn't a budget phone. That is true. It is nowhere near a budget phone. And it's not. It doesn't try to be quite honest. I love to catch the live stream, but I have to work too early. By the way, thanks for YouTube Tech Guy for letting us know about the LTE issues with the Poco phone. Nobody else would mention it. Yeah, I felt like, again, that was, and some people have said that it works okay in their area, but they're getting HSPA Plus on T-Mobile, or it works fine with AT&T with theirs. But yeah, just, again, it's something you want to check out. And by all means, keep checking different sites, because if some site says, oh, will work, then go with that. I mean, I didn't mean to, like, you know, dissuade people. I just wanted, you know, check for yourself kind of thing is what the moral of the story was, because I was going to buy it myself, and when I saw on 2 different websites that it did not work for the US T-Mobile, it just wouldn't make sense for me. Ricky, I have been watching some reports on how the new iPhones are not properly charging when connected to lightning cable. Have you experienced this issue and tested on your device? Yes, I have the issue where if I plug in, it doesn't do anything until I tap it, and then it turns on. So mine is the okay issue. It's not the bad issue where you can plug it in and it's still, and even if you touch it, it still doesn't turn on. That's the worst one. But yes, I have noticed this. The funny thing is I didn't notice it, and I don't mean to sound like Unbox Therapy, because I always do this. I know he's a fan of wireless charging too, but I only charge wirelessly. I literally didn't take the lightning cable out of the box till I needed to do, till everyone was asking me about the problem. So yeah, I do have the issue, and that issue is widespread. And Apple will probably push out a software update and say how their phone is selling great. That's literally what they're probably gonna do. Let's see, Ricky, I have both the an iPhone XS Max and the Note 8. There's places that I stream videos on the Note 9 at 1440p, no problem. Yet the same exact spot, the iPhone XS Max consistently buffers and drops 240p. You think connectivity issue? Again, so if you didn't know, what I was talking about or alluding to earlier with the bands on the iPhone uses an Intel modem, so an Intel wireless modem that receives their signal. Everyone else almost exclusively uses Qualcomm's modem, which is better. It gets better speeds easily. And that is a problem you do see, especially in certain locations. So yeah, it is a connectivity issue. I would suggest if it's that bad, maybe return it and get a new one. I know no one likes to do that, but just being honest with you, if it's that bad, it might be an issue with the phone itself. But it will not match the Note. It won't. It's just not going to be as good internet. It won't. I've never been this early to anything. Well, I'm glad you got here early. I still got my Note 8, loving it, although the super slow-mo still have not come to mine yet. Oh, that sucks. How's it going, Ricky? Hey, Omar, doing good. Any October Apple announcement date? No, I think it's going to be November. I think it's going to be the first week of November, is what I believe. But it could be October. If it is October, it will be the last week of October. They generally like to really push it to be a difference. And when is the iPhone XR coming out? iPhone XR launch date. October 19th. Pre-order it from October 19th, and you can pick it up in stores on October 26th. I see them doing November. They usually don't like to cross with another date, so I would say they're pretty much most likely going to do it in November. That's what I believe. I saw the V40. I didn't like it. I passed on it. I'm very curious about the triple camera thing, although it seems like it has some software issues. But it's not yet available to regular consumers, so I'll have to wait and see. LG did say they would send us one, although obviously a lot of other YouTubers got it already, so yeah. Hopefully we'll get it, and I'm really interested in this triple camera. I honestly might ask LG if we can actually use this for my big vacation that I have coming up in the month of November, because I think the versatility would be really good, but again, we have to wait and see. Wide angle should be nice. Why is it that is only Apple have the Bionic chip? Most Androids have Snapdragon. So Apple makes the Bionic chip. It is their chip that they designed, and it is made by Samsung and TSMC, I think, or TW. I forget what the Taiwanese company chip maker is called. But it's made by one of those two companies for all their processors. So that's why you don't see it in anyone else, because it's only designed for iPhones. They're making Fire Stick 4K for Amazon for $49. Getting it on October 31st. Yeah, it's funny because actually I just got the Amazon Amazon Fire Cube TV. I think that's the name of it. I just got that. It was on sale for only $80, so I'm going to be reviewing that probably in the next upcoming weeks. I think it was a good way to be an easy way to turn on the TV via voice, and that's what I'm really going to play around with. What about the front cameras on the S10? No leaks of the front cameras yet. I lost my Note 9 S Pen. I have insurance at AT&T. Do you think that's covered? I do not think that's covered. It's $49 if you get it directly from Samsung right now on their website. Sorry. Your notification for the show comes in late. I be missing some of the show. That sucks. I'm sorry about that. I have no control of the notifications, but damn you, YouTube. Any big updates on the S10? Just the cameras that we went over in the beginning of the show. Basically, the S10 is going to mimic the LG V40 that was revealed today. I think so, but I will say that I think it's going to have better battery life. That's one thing that I was kind of disappointed with the V40 announcement today. On Apple's new short... Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everyone drink. Okay. What do you think about the October Windows 10 update? I really think... Okay, so... Or wait, sorry. Do you just mean the Windows 10? So Microsoft announced a whole bunch of new Surfaces. I love the Surface line. I really love the new black one, to be honest, on the Surface Book and everything like that. The Surface Studio, too, I think they really made a big... just a miss by not including the 8th gen processor. But man, that that Surface Studio, I think, is the best all-in-one you can buy, period. Like, I would love to buy a fully decked out one. Of course, that costs like $5,000. But, like, you could do everything, and it uses so much minimal desk space. It's awesome. I would absolutely love that. But, yeah, that's one thing that I did kind of notice with the announcement. The Surface Book, I still would rather get a Dell XPS over the Surface Book, in my opinion. I love the style, I love the design, but for the money, and I've seen the comparisons, it's just, I would rather still get that. Especially, I can't believe that they don't have a Type-C on everything already. They're still using their proprietary plug, and it's just so outdated. Whoa. I think I missed some, actually. Oh, there. Yes, I did miss some. On Apple's new Shortcuts app, there's a shortcut to download YouTube videos without having YouTube Premium. Some videos you can download and some videos you can't. Does anyone know why? Your video, yes. Yes, you can download my video on YouTube on the iPhone without YouTube Premium. That's awesome. I do not know why. Sometimes you do have certain issues with that in certain Wi-Fi locations. Like I noticed when I was trying to download my videos, and I have YouTube Premium, when I tried to download some videos and I was on a Best Buy Wi-Fi, for instance, it wouldn't let me download it. It was because of the Wi-Fi and its parameters. So yeah, I'm not sure why some videos wouldn't and some videos would, unless it was some issue like that. If you want a phone, you should buy them. If I want a phone, you should buy them. Oh, me? I should buy them? F you. That's what I think. But if that's what you're saying. But, like, yeah, I mean, I would love to be able to afford every single phone. I wish YouTube would pay me enough to do that and provide for my family. But since it doesn't, I can't buy every phone. So, yeah, I do ask companies to send it to us. Does anyone know what the latest security update include on the Note 8? And has anyone been having issues with Bluetooth disconnecting? I have several drops on headphones in my car. No, Warren, I've not heard anything about it. I have not had the Note 8, obviously, for a little while now, though. If you are... My thing is this. If you're having issues, do the updates. If you're not having issues, don't do the updates. That's usually the best way to go. Watch only is dumb. You can get a better quality analog watch. Definitely. S10 won't be shown off till Mobile World Congress in 2011. Samsung F Flip will be hinted at as well. So are you saying... So I do agree that I don't think it's going to be at CES. I do think it's going to be at MWC. However, are you saying that the F will only be hinted at and not announced, like, fully? That would be interesting. I would really find that interesting if they don't... If they just need more time. Because I think that's going to be a kind of a miss if it's not out by that time. We'll see. I have an iPhone 7 Plus 256 unlocked from T-Mobile and a Note 8 unlocked to T-Mobile as well. Was curious about upgrading to the iPhone X, but the battery rumor not charging is giving me second thoughts. Well, that's only with the XS, not with the iPhone X. Or unless you meant to say you're thinking about upgrading to the iPhone XS. Because the iPhone X does not have that issue. EcoDrive watches last forever, and they're way nicer. Smartwatches are for small task convenience. Yes. What are the differences between Chromecast and Fire Stick? I really don't use Fire Stick because I find it more limited. It doesn't have any Google applications. So if I want to watch YouTube, I think actually YouTube might work on there. I believe YouTube does work on Fire Stick now. I know that like there was a period where they took it off, but I think it's back on there. But yeah, it's a thing of like I don't know. I think Fire Stick is a lesser form of Roku in my opinion. I find Roku better than Fire Stick. Yes, Fire Stick you can hack and do all that kind of stuff and put Kodi on there and all these kind of things. But I would say if you're actually not using it to, you know, pirate TV, I would say Rokus are better than Fire Sticks. That's my opinion. Way more apps. like they say, until Rolex makes a smartwatch, the rest are only gadgets. Well, that's an interesting way of putting it. Why do other YouTubers talk so much trash about the Note 9 taking so long to Pi update? I tried it for a week on the Essential phone you sent me, and it doesn't seem to have that many more features. No, it doesn't. And congratulations again on winning the Essential phone. Yeah, no, the Essential phone, and it's funny because I don't know if you remember this, but I posted that on Twitter that like the Essential phone got the update before my Pixel did, so I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, overall, I would say that the Android Pie doesn't have any feature that I would want, if that makes sense. The adaptive sleeping thing, it's already on the Note. The Note, Samsung put their own implementation of it a long time ago. So it's like I don't see any benefit to the to Android Pie. Maybe the look, it might be cooler, but then that's just a UI that isn't Android Pie. It's just Samsung updating their UI. So yeah, I don't know. I would agree with you on that. LG smartwatch price point $450, really? Yeah. Apple to use Ask Jeeves. They're bringing it back. I wouldn't put it past Apple nowadays with the way they're going. I'm gonna do a new series called Let's Be Honest, and there's 2 videos I have idea for, and one of them is, let's be honest, Apple is no longer a luxury brand. It's just not. It's not what it was with Steve Jobs. It's no longer a luxury brand because they sell $400 smartphones now for sale in their store. And it's just like, and their laptops are priced similar to every other laptop now. So it's just, I wouldn't say it's a luxury brand anymore. It really, it's not that prestige that it once had. Apple is learning the hard way that the Intel MIMO products are trash. Many PC makers dumped Intel wireless cards for the same issues in 2016 and 2017. You are correct. What's going on with this Battergate on the iPhones? I don't think it's as like most iPhones, I think, are like mine. Like when you plug in, yes, it doesn't charge, and then you wake up the screen and then it charges. I think the majority of the ones that have issues are like that, but it is not. We don't know how many phones it's affecting either, so we'll have to wait and see. And that's what Apple's doing too. They're waiting and seeing if they really need to do something. Google is making way more than that off Apple. Yeah, oh yeah. Google is making so much money off of Apple, being off Apple search. But I would just, again, my thing is like, would they really need to? Intel modems are trash. HP, Dell, Asus dumped them a long time ago. Wireless chips. Any surprises coming? Google announcement coming up soon? I don't think so. We're getting a home hub. We're getting a new Google Home Mini. We're getting a new TV kit, which is just a Chromecast, and the new Chromecast and the Google Home Mini. And we're getting both Pixel phones. We're getting a Pixel laptop. That's pretty much it. Next week, the replacement to the J series will have wireless charging. The J8, is that the one you're talking about, or because there's a new J8 coming out, but I don't know if that's the one you're talking about. But is that one only like its Sprinter Boost? Because there's been a couple that have been launching, but like one's on AT&T only, one's on like I want the unlocked international version or whatever. I think they mentioned the Intel lifted some of the code from Qualcomm Gigabyte and MIMO. Apple said they were too far behind Qualcomm. Let's just steal the information and pay a fine and use the tech. Yeah, pretty much. Be more like 500, 350 new ones will be released in NYC next week. Do you put much stock in DxO Mark? No, I've said that a lot of times that I do not put much stock in DxO Mark. Because basically DxO Mark actually, like, they put, these are the things we're looking for to manufacturers. So what some manufacturers have done maybe one that's currently on top right now. Not saying it, but it's a Chinese company with an H. They have catered more towards it. So, oh, this is what you're looking for? This is what our camera can do. Instead of just focusing on having great camera quality. Now, some of their parameters do fall in line with that, but it feels kind of like what benchmarks, like when people cheat benchmarks and like they were found being fraudulent with benchmarks, which companies have still been doing. It seems like the same thing. Do you know of the best feature on the LG V40? By the way, I'm watching them shoot scenes on the upcoming Joker movie in my local courthouse building. That's really cool. What's the best new feature? I would say probably the best new feature is the triple camera, but it's having some software issues. The triple camera, basically, it allows you to take 3 shots right away with all 3 cameras. So you take the regular shot, you take the wider angle version, and you take the zoomed in shot. I really love this idea because it's one of the reasons I love Samsung's portrait mode the best, because I get my portrait shot and then I still have my wide angle shot. So I love that ability for that, and I really want that to be perfect, but I've heard that there are a lot of blurry pictures coming out of the triple camera right now, which again, hopefully it's fixed before release. Is there a better alternative to Samsung keyboard on the Note 9? Yes, SwiftKey. Our video for the best apps for the Galaxy Note 9 will be coming out this weekend, so look out for that. The only con wireless chargers are that you have to put them exactly in the center. Is there any chargers you don't have to do that? I really don't find it as much of an issue with a stand-up one. I can't pull up my wireless charger, but basically when a wireless charger has a stand-up one, it pretty much you're going to hit it dead center every time. So I don't see that as an issue. I can see that more with a flat one, but I don't think you're really going to have that on a propped up one anymore. Do you think Samsung will ever offer Exynos on carrier phones? No. It's just a production thing. They can only produce so many processors. My S9 Plus has a screen burn. Is that common? It is common if you do put it at the brightest setting. And it has that warning. I know probably no one ever really pays attention to it, but you have a warning on here that if you go past that part and go all the way to the orange, that it definitely can do a screen burn in. So try to avoid that if possible, or kind of proactively avoid it if you can. Yeah. Did you test the iPhone Max charging issue? I heard the fix is coming for it. Yeah, I think that, look, I think Apple will fix it. I think they're trying to assess the issue and see how widespread the issue is, and that's about it. You can't fix a bad batch of Intel MIMO chips. They only can offer patches. Yeah, no, they're not going to be able to fix the... that's why I said, like, if you have that bad of a reception, you should probably change it, because that one is probably particularly bad. My S9 is getting super hot and the battery level is going down fast. Is this happening someone else? No, Hazel Eyes, I would say you might have a bad phone. I mean, and I always know that people just don't want to do this, but if you have a bad phone, you're in your 1-year manufacturer warranty. Back it up on your computer, PC or Mac, using SmartSwitch. Back your phone up, or even back it up on an SD card if you have one of those, and do the manufacturer warranty and, you know, have them fix it. Or you can actually even go to YouBreak-iFix, and if you have one of those by you. They are a Samsung authorized repair center, so they can actually send it out for you through the warranty. Unfortunately, again, of course, you do have to have a phone in the meantime, so I do understand that can be annoying. But if you're having an issue, that's what I would do. But no, that is not common for your phone to get overly hot or your battery levels to go way down fast. It's your battery's probably bad. LG, whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everyone drink. Oh. Ew. Sorry, something happened with that coffee. I'm not gonna drink any more of that. All the cream rose to the top and then kind of made a shell. Ricky, thoughts on the all-new mirrorless cameras announced recently? Canon, Nikon, Panasonic, new mirrorless full frame. I'm very interested in the Panasonic one. That is what I use. Currently, right now, you're seeing me on a Lumix G7. I use a Lumix G85 for all my regular shooting that's not in front of this green screen. And I would love to use a GH5 mostly. But yeah, I've really liked the Panasonics. I've really leaned towards them. I think right now with mirrorless, it's still a two-horse race with Panasonic and Sony leading the charge. I do think Sony is probably the best one currently right now, which makes sense. They kind of, you know, they started the trend of mirrorless cameras, really. And it just... I think they're the best. It's just their lenses are super expensive, which is why I prefer Panasonic, because the lenses aren't definitely as expensive. Canon and Nikon, I think, are still playing catch up. I think they're getting better, but I don't think they're quite there yet. Although Canon still has the best focus. If you're wondering why the Note has, or Samsung smartphones have the best focus, they use Canon's dual pixel technology. So yeah, that's why they have the fastest focus out there. Poco didn't want to pay the digital rights of management fees, HD streaming. I've heard that's going to be fixed with a patch update. At least that's what they've said to a few YouTubers. T-Mobile is so far behind Verizon and AT&T when it comes to 5G. That's why I'll never switch to them. And their coverage isn't good and widespread. True when it comes to 5G. I think that Verizon and AT&T are ahead of them. But I will say this, that matters depending on where you live, okay? In Los Angeles, T-Mobile beats Verizon, hands down. I know because I left Verizon for T-Mobile. I was getting the same coverage. I had a work phone that was on T-Mobile, and I had a personal phone on Verizon. 5 years time, Verizon went to beating T-Mobile hand over fist every single time, to T-Mobile slowly catching up. And it got to the point where not only did T-Mobile have better coverage everywhere I went, but they actually had better, faster internet. So yeah, I left Verizon pretty easily in Los Angeles because T-Mobile is better in LA than Verizon. Is the S10... If the S10 is underwhelming, I'm going to jump to the Note 9. Miss the pen, honestly. Yeah, I can see a couple of people doing that. I'm very curious to see if the Note series will not continue, as some of the rumors have said. But I just think the Note, you have such diehard Note fans, and the sales are doing so well for the Note 9. Why would you discontinue a thriving smartphone line? I just don't see it happening. Okay, hold on one second. I think we have a spammer or just someone saying something inappropriate. So I'm just going to remove that. Do you think that the Note 8 on Sprint or Verizon will ever get those new features I mentioned in previous comment? I do not know, to be honest. So slow motion, I think was what you were saying earlier. I do not know. I don't think so. But it could be. It'd be surprised to see Samsung still supporting a phone that's over a year old now. Not that they shouldn't. I'm just saying it would be surprised if they would. Have you heard anything about the new iPhones having connection issues with Wi-Fi? But it's funny how Apple didn't want to acknowledge these issues, like when the slowing down the phones. Yeah, I mean they've tried to hide all kinds of features. Apple is the king of trying to avoid bad PR when they're at fault every time. I take care of the Qualcomm lawyers team Oh, really? What's depressing to me is that they plan to give in and allow Apple to pay less than everybody else in their technology due to market share. Wow, that sucks. Some insight there for you guys, though. Apparently, they are possibly coming to an agreement, and Qualcomm's willing to let them pay less compared to everyone else just because of their market share. That sucks. That really sucks. S10 will have bold colors, 5G options, best camera on the phone in 2019. We'll see. But the S10 5G hinted at 1,300, 1,400 with 5. I find that very hard to believe. I really find that hard to believe that even a 5G smartphone S series would be that expensive as 1,400 when the Note 9 maxes out at 1,250. The Note series will stay more expensive than the S series. I do not see that happening even with the 512 version. I just don't. It could happen. I don't see it happening at all. I think people think, and this has happened for the past 2 years, I want to say, as Apple increased their price range, people were like, oh man, the S9 is going to be like $1,000. Watch, the S9 is going to be like $1,000, and they're going to have the Plus, going to be even more. People honestly thought going in, if you look at the articles going back, that the S9 or the S9 Plus were going to be like $900 and $1,000. They were nowhere near that price because it's an S series. It's not the Note series. The Note series is the high end. The S series is the everyday phone. So yeah, I just don't see that happening. It could. I could be surprised, but a lot of people were hinting at that with the S9 last year. It didn't happen. I don't think it's going to happen this upcoming year with the S10 series, even with the 5G variant. Now, I honestly think the 5G variant is more likely going to be a Korea and China exclusive, but we'll see. Hey, was at the mall and seen the Sprint had the Black Note 9 already in stock. Yeah, they got them the 3rd and the 5th, I think, was for the silver. So everyone should have... the black one is going to be available at all carriers. The silver one is only available at Best Buy, I believe. So you have to go there to get the silver one. What do you think about the new Surface lineup? Again, I can't believe they don't have Type-C connections, my biggest thing. And I still don't know if I would really choose them over something like a Dell XPS after using both. Have you seen Lenovo Google Home device with screen? I own it. I did the unboxing on a live show, I believe. Yeah, that review is coming soon, actually. I was testing it the other day to how the new review setup. I'm really playing around with this new setup for filming video, and I really like the way the last one looks, so the Lenovo will be another one that falls in line with that new look. 128 gig will be out on the 5th, 512 on the 26th. You said G128 on the 5th. I'm not sure which one you mean. Whoa. Hey, thank you, MudaFX, for donating $5 to the live chat. That's awesome. You are my first ever donator to the live chat. That is really awesome. I truly appreciate that. That's really cool of you. Let's see. Have you talked about RCS, Google Messaging, killing iMessage, FaceTime? No, I haven't really talked about it. I talked about the announcement when it was first announced a little while back, but not since then. No, I haven't really talked about it since then. Overall, I really... yeah, overall, I really just don't know how it's going to be when it comes to that. Like, I feel like I wish it was encrypted, and I hope Google sticks to this messaging. I really do, because they've gone to... They have so many messengers, and Hangouts was perfect. Hangouts just needed to integrate with your phone number, and that would have been perfect. but no, then they started Allo, and now they have Android messages, and now they're gonna have another one. I forget. I think it's called Chat. I think this is the new one. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Oh, and Mudda FX, you did say Note Lives Matter, so that's what you said. Samsung doesn't care about their flagship phones anymore. They only care about the mid-range. Mid-range makes profit, not flagships. Flagships are basically marketing for their business. I think it's a little of both. I really do believe that their mid-rangers are very important right now because of China specifically. They really need to pump up their mid-range in China. And again, this past quarter was the first time that actually Samsung sold more phones in China than they did in the US. So again, I think that's because of the mid-range, and I think that's going to be more important going forward. The saddest thing is all the guys on Qualcomm lawyers have Apple phones. Ironic. That's hilarious. Normally the pen for the Note is not covered, so you most likely will have to buy another one. Yeah, sorry. Josh, they are making a foldable phone screen. No one else is doing that. Which one between the S9 Plus and the Stylo 4? Easily the S9 Plus, I would say. Whoa, sorry, I've never really had that many donations. KLVSD, yes, your comment was just yes, it does. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate you guys donating. That's awesome. Yeah, I really do appreciate that, guys, by the way. I don't take those lightly. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. Which one between... Oh, yeah. Which one between the S9 Plus and the Stylo 4 has the best volume? In terms of just how loud it is, I would be surprised if you could actually get louder than the S9 Plus anywhere near with the Stylo 4. I don't think it's meant... It's not meant to compete with it. Like, the Stylo 4 is nowhere near the S9 Plus. So the S9 Plus is definitely going to be better. But, yeah, I'm not really sure how it is. Whoa, someone else donated. RS, love a channel, big supporter. Thank you, Rosin85. Really appreciate it as always, sir. Man, that's thank you guys. That's really awesome. Oh, actually, I did want to let you guys know, just while we're on the subject of like people donating on the chat, that's really cool. It is official, unfortunately. I'm going to announce the winners of the Patreon giveaway for October. Who did win the Asus smartphone, but Patreon did shut my page down. So no one got their money taken for October, but basically they were like, well, we don't like you doing a giveaway that's with a raffle stipulation. I tried to explain to them and all this, and yeah, they shut it down. So I'm going to figure out to see if there's another way that I can do some kind of giveaway still. I like doing a giveaway monthly, although it's hard financially. I'm being transparent with you guys on that. Maybe I'll do it through like YouTube, I know you can do like donations through YouTube and just open the giveaways to everyone. It would probably still be US only, but I'm still figuring that out. After this next announcement, I'm really trying to figure out, see if there's any way I can still do it, but we'll see. Let's see. Note 9 S Pen is $45 at Best Buy, but the yellow or the Thanos. Oh, it's $45 at Best, so it's a little bit cheaper because yeah, it is $50 on Samsung's website. S9 Plus, way better volume, sound quality than the Stylo 4. Yeah, I would agree. Is there a pen that's laptop friendly that's cheap? No, not that's that precise. Like my Samsung laptop has the S Pen because it has digitized screen for the pen to work with it. So that is what makes it that way. Whoa, another donation. Thanks, you guys. I really appreciate it. How can you never had a super chat before this? You provide some serious value. Thank you, I appreciate that. Tech Leather Craft. Honestly, Super Chat just kind of came on my channel eventually. I don't know if it's because it eventually did it, but it kind of, I saw that it went automatic, and I was like, well, whatever. I don't think anyone's ever going to do it, and you guys have, so that's really cool. Yes, the has product issues with the display. So yeah, so you're saying that the F does have product issues, so it will only be teased at MWC, not announced at MWC. That's a bad sign. Let's see. Do you think Bixby will ever catch up? I think they should have partnered with Cortana or Google or Alexa. Honestly, I don't know if Bixby can catch up because Bixby is just made for something different right now. It's really to get things done rather than to answer and ask questions. So yeah, I think Bixby is great for reminders. I think it's great for doing things on your phone, like, you know, taking a screenshot, sending it to someone, doing multiple things at once. I think that's what's really cool, but not anything else like that. So yeah, another donation. That's awesome. Oh, just donated $5. Thank you, South Memphis Bro 27. I really appreciate that. S9 Plus has a Stylus Pen. S9 Plus does not have a Stylus Pen. Not sure what you mean by that. How does Netflix sound on it? I mean, on the S9 Plus, Netflix sounds great. Let's see. Windows 10 update brings dark mode big time. Oh, really? I haven't checked that out, but again, you could always do like dark mode. I'm really curious to see how it goes more so, but you could always kind of do dark mode on Windows. Maybe it's curious how they'll integrate it even deeper. That would be cool. I have to maybe update. Yes, there is a problem with Bluetooth on the Note 8. It keeps falling out time to time. That really sucks. So you do have someone else that does have that issue. Oh, wow, Alex, thank you for your donation. I don't know why it didn't appear up there, but thank you. Apparently I missed some. They had super chat things at the top that I was seeing, but thank you for your other guys who are reporting it. Alex, Fernando, want to make sure I don't miss anyone. Alex again. You should just not list raffle on Patreon. I could do that. Maybe I should just do that way. Thank you guys for all your support. I really appreciate it. I want to make sure to go back and answer the questions because we are getting short on time. Let's see. Samsung picked a small company in Japan to make the first limited rollout of the Samsung F displays. Until the factory in Seoul is ready, supply in 2019 is very limited. I got it. That is interesting. It's interesting how they're going to do it then. It sounds good. Demo unit, had to play with it. Will there be an Essential Phone 2? Is the company finished? I think the company's finished at this point, unfortunately. 450 pounds for the LG watch? Hell no. I say how it is. Glad to verify Pi is mud. No better than Oreo 8.1. Steve, the price of the tag, I always forget how to say it. Tag Heuer? I'm sorry for butchering that. Tag the watch company. Connect 2.0 is over 2,000, so 450 is cheap. Well, I mean it's a iconic watch brand at the same time. When are you going to upload a new tech rant video, Ricky? I don't have anything to tech rant about. I'm not at least at this time. Whoa, another donation. If I buy a Galaxy Watch LT unlocked, can I use it on Bluetooth until AT&T gets the watch? Yes, you can. If you actually buy the Galaxy Watch LTE unlocked, you technically can actually put it on AT&T before AT&T gets the watch. So AT&T doesn't have to have the watch. Like, you can get an unlocked tablet that actually works as a phone because it's an international one. International tablets actually have a phone number, and you can actually call out on them. You can actually get that, put it on AT&T, and it'll totally work. It'll be actually a phone line in that case. So yeah, yes, you can. Thank you for the donation. Sorry, I forgot to mention your name. Endre49. Thank you. Let's see. will the new Galaxy S10 be a game changer for smartphones? I do not think so, to be honest. Man, oh, my neck just hurt from turning all this time. Man, so the V40 is unveiled, and I'm set beyond words. The V35 already in 2018 specs, and the real difference is 5 cams. Not worth it at all. I understand how you feel. I mean, I really was hoping for something revolutionary. The V40 feels like the same crap releasing, and why I released the G7 and the V35 in the first place is it downplays the V40. I do agree that they should not have released the LG V35. I do think that was a mistake. I think the V35 should have been instead of the G7, to be quite honest. But like, I think they should have, the V35 should have been the G7. That's what I think would have been better. But yeah, I think it does downplay it. You're right. Your condo is amazing, bro. Love the layout. Yeah. I think, like I said, it's always, it's always 116 here. I don't have my Rigsby 116 mug. I think you're getting too old. I think I'm getting too old, or phones are getting too expensive. I'm not buying phones every year. Note 9 for now. Question mark. Yeah, I would agree with that. Phones are getting too expensive. I completely agree with that. Certain Best Buys are able to fix batteries and screens same day if you made an appointment. Oh, really? Most of the Best Buys I know don't fix the hardware there. I guess certain Best Buys, maybe, like you said. But all the Best Buys, at least that I know in the LA area, do not fix any hardware. What program do you use to connect Lumix phones to laptop for streaming? So my Lumix camera, I connect with my Elgato HD60. Yeah, HD60. I use that. That is my streamer that connects the mini HDMI to HDMI to the Elgato, which brings it up using my X broadcast. Is that what this thing is called? What I always use? XSplit broadcaster. That's what I use for the software of on the computer connected to my Elgato hardware. HD60 was the one I have, although I'm sure there's a better one by now. Let's see. What makes a battery go bad? Overcharging. You know, batteries still only have so many cycle count until we get some better ones. But yeah, lithium ion will be replaced by graphene most likely, hopefully within the next 5 years or so. I came late, by the way. Do you have the V40? And if so, can you test the Twilight Princess Dolphin emulator on it? No, actually, I do not have the LG V40 yet. I did email LG because I told them, I'm like, guys, you're killing me right now. All these other reviewers have it, and I know I'm going to have a live show today, and I know my people are going to ask me, so yeah, no, I do not have it yet. One question not regarding cell phones. Do you watch all the music industry podcasts like Breakfast Club, etc.? No, I do not watch. I don't listen actually podcasts at all. So no, actually I don't. Dual pixel is great on my Canon 6D. Again, Canon has the best, quickest focus. Period, in my opinion. Finally get audio on my Note 8. Have no issues so far. Awesome. I'm trying to go through these quickly because I need to wrap up in about 2 minutes. I had to spend Note 8 warranty to repair for the overheat and shutdown. I don't know why they did, but it doesn't get hot anymore. Awesome. Any word on the T-Mobile Sprint merger? No, it's not having any issues, which means good things. Just want to say hi, Ricky. Enjoy watching your videos. Learn something new every time. Great job. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Thank you to... mostly when Bluetooth's on, pairing, so I'm trying to hold and wait for the S10. Good or bad idea? Again, if you're having issues, I would not wait. I would switch out your phone. I know you don't want to hear that, Hazel Eyes, but you should probably switch out your phone. And then get the S10. Where's the music? Is the music not on? Oh, the music isn't on. Psh. Thank you for catching that. Although it's the end of the show. I think Samsung is in trouble. Their mobile phone business has been declining year over year. Competition is catching up. I do agree with that, but I don't know how much necessarily trouble they are, because their mid-rangers are selling better, especially in China, which is where they were having the most issues before. Although again, in India they're getting more competition now too, so trade-off there. Cough, I might or may not work for Samsung. I got you. If you may or may not work for Samsung, can you please get me in contact with their PR company? Because, man, do they just have so many PR companies. Just saying. Email me. Email's in the description. LG Smartwatch Pro. Oh, yeah. I'm a U.S. citizen, and I want a Huawei phone so bad. I love the innovation this year. Upcoming Huawei Mate 20 sounds pretty incredible. Samsung, step it up. I agree. I cannot wait for the Mate 20. I'm praying that Huawei does send us one. Although I can tell you, I'm testing one of their phones currently out right now. Not that one, but a subsidiary of theirs, and I'm liking it a lot. India's very I started a trend. Yes, you did, and I appreciate that trend. That's awesome trend. If people donate more, Ricky can get some fine-ass phones. That is true. If you guys donate, I will definitely put it all towards smartphones. That is definitely true. I see this turned into an auction. so much love though. Love the channel. Watch for 4 years. I appreciate that. I donated 20 I'll donate 20 if you say Apple is better than Android. JK. I technically read that, so I did technically say it. Like one time I had to say on a video, I love Apple, and I said I love apple pie. Just because I still said I love Apple. Pie. All right, I think we're winding down. I will call that a show, guys. Really appreciate all the donations. Really appreciate you guys. That's awesome. I never expected that. But yeah, thank you guys so much always for tuning in. Definitely more videos coming this week. Again, we are going to have the must-have apps for the Note 9. We're going to have some new videos on some new phones. I just got on a gaming phone, so some new videos are coming. Thank you guys always again so much for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.